Hey everyone, it's Delaney, Senior Inbound Marketing Specialist at Hivehouse Digital. Today, I'm going to go over the social posting tools in HubSpot. So to get to the social tool, you're going to click on Marketing and then Social from the drop-down menu. Here, you have three main tabs. You have Manage, Monitor, and Analyze. We'll go through all three of those. And then you also have the social posting tools, which are Compare Social Posts, Schedule in Bulk, and Create Social Posts. So let's get started with the Manage tab. Now, this is where you obviously manage your social posts, whether they're drafts or published or scheduled. And so you have two main views. You have the list view, which is showing now, and the calendar view that you can select. And you can see it's just more of a high-level overview of your social posts. You can see what days they're scheduled on, what times, and what platforms. If you hover over one of the posts, you can get a preview of what that post says. You can do the view on a monthly basis, or you can sort it by week or day. And then it will show you within that day or week what time it is getting posted. Looking more at the top, you have some different filtering options. So you can filter by network. So let's say you only want to see your Facebook accounts. You can sort it by that. You can also sort it by campaign. So if you have a specific campaign you want to look at, you can do that. You also have the option to sort by who created the social post, as well as post type. So if you only want to look at link posts, image posts, or video posts, you can do that. And you also have the option to show or hide draft posts. Over here on the right, you have arrows, which will help you go through the different months. So here we have January, and you can see we have a lot of draft posts that haven't been scheduled yet. Going back to the list view, let's go over the filtering options first. You can first search for posts if you know you have a certain keyword. So let's say video. You can search for anything that mentions video in the post. You also have the option similarly to the calendar view to sort by account. You can also sort by published from either HubSpot or an external source. You have the option for a date range, campaign, and again, who it was created by. You can also manage the columns to see different data in the different columns. So right now I just have published time, published from, and campaign, but you can definitely include clicks, interactions, shares, impressions, created by, clicks by network, media type, video views, and reach. So if you want to add those to your view, you can do that here. Next, let's go over to the sidebar. So you have the option to view your scheduled posts. So it's sorted that way. And you can just scroll down and see what's all scheduled. You have your unsuccessful tab, and this will show you any posts that failed to send to the network that was selected. So if there was some sort of connection issue or some other issue that HubSpot ran into and they couldn't post it, it will be here and you can remedy it so you can have it actually post. And finally, we have the drafts tab, and this will be all of your draft posts. You can hover over a post to edit it, clone it, or if you click the actions button, you can delete or approve the draft. Alternatively, you can click on the box next to a post and you can approve it there. You can assign a campaign to it, you can clone it or delete it. So that is how you approve a post to then be scheduled and sent. All right, so one last thing to mention here is that if you need to export posts for whatever reason, you can click on the export post button and you can choose who to send it to and you can export the spreadsheet. Next, let's go to the Monitor tab, and this allows you to monitor different activity on your social channels. So you can sort by network, you can sort by new, archived, or all, which to touch on archiving social posts, once you review it, you can archive all, or you can select the post and it will mark it as archived. Looking more to the left sidebar, this is where you can sort it a little bit more. So you have all activity, conversations, interactions, and new Twitter followers. If you have an Instagram stream, you can do that. You also have the option for different Twitter streams, Facebook, and competitor streams. Now let's go to the Analyze tab. And we're probably going to blur most of what you see on the screen, but this is just a way for you to see different data points on your social activity. So again, you can sort it by your different accounts, the date range, campaigns. You also have the ability to compare date ranges. So if you want to compare week over week or month over month, quarter over quarter, you can do that. Then you have just different varying charts that you can use to analyze. So you have the audience, the published posts, interactions, clicks. You also have charts for impressions. And if you scroll down, it will show you your top posts. You can filter by most interactions, most impressions, most shares, and most clicks. So you can further analyze. All right, I'm back on the Manage tab, and I want to go over just the 3 buttons at the top of your screen here. Compare social posts, schedule in bulk, and create social posts. So first, compare social posts is pretty simple. It's just comparing up to 10 different social posts. So maybe you want to compare how one post differed between different social channels and how they interacted. So I can just click on that post. I'm going to find all of my Industry 4.0 posts. And you can also search for a keyword to find them. And it will show you if they have a campaign, the post itself, what the network and publish date. And then down here, it will show you the different data points to compare. So that's just one way you can compare different social posts. You can also just highlight different social posts. Maybe they're not the same exact post talking about Industry 4.0, but maybe you want to compare how people react to different topics you're sharing. I'm going to go back to all social posts, and now let's go over the different posting options. So the first one you see here is schedule in bulk. And so this allows you to schedule up to 300 messages via a spreadsheet. And all you have to do is upload that spreadsheet, and you can upload it. And one thing I highly recommend is downloading the different templates. So they recommend using the Excel template, but they also have a CSV import template as well. And there are just a few reminders here to format the dates as a month, day, year, as well as the times being in a 24-hour format. And posts, of course, should be unique and memorable. So I have the tab already open with the template. And it already kind of lays it out for you when you download it from that screen. You can see here how you need to spell out your different accounts so it knows what channel that post needs to go to. It also has examples for the date and how to format the time. So you can see here it's 13:06 instead of 1:06 p.m. You then can have a spot for your message, the link that should be included in that post, any photo URLs that you need to include in that post, as well as if you have a campaign to associate with that post. Once you have this all filled out, you can upload the post in bulk to HubSpot. Again, you would import the file, and then you would click upload. Now, if you don't want to schedule posts in bulk, maybe you have like an ad hoc post you need to send out, or maybe you just prefer to create and schedule posts one by one, you would click the orange Create Social Post button. First, you're going to want to choose the accounts you're posting from. So if you want one post to then go to all of your accounts, you can do that here. So let's say we want Facebook, we'll skip Instagram, do Twitter or X now, and LinkedIn. Here on the main draft page, you're able to just create the post that you want. And you should note this blue box. If you are at mentioning anyone in the draft, it will only apply to posts in that first network you selected, so Facebook. So you'll want to go to these different tabs to then add that at mention to those different social platforms, which we'll get to in a second. You can add emojis, you can add content, and then there's also the option for the AI assistant here. And then over here, it will show your different character limitations here. So as you type, you will see those numbers going down in updating to let you know how many characters you have left to post. Down here, you can add media, so video or images. You have your publishing options if you want to publish now or schedule for later. And then obviously you have your schedule for later options here. You have some default times that are associated with your account, but you can post at any time. And then finally, you have the ability to select a campaign. Scrolling back up, you have the different tabs for the social platform. So let's say maybe for Twitter or X, maybe you accidentally went over the character limit and you need to shorten the post a bit. You can do that here. If you want a different image for Twitter or X, you can do that here. And again, if you need to at mention, you can click on these different tabs so you can at mention someone. And then of course you have Facebook, LinkedIn, and then if you selected Instagram, you would have that as well. Now over here on the right, you can see a preview of the post, one for each of the different platforms. And then you can click on review, and this just gives you another way to review the post. You can see the post, when it's scheduled for, who it was created by, and the campaign if you have one. You have the list view here, but you also have the preview button. So it looks similarly to the previous page, but it is an option, and you can toggle between the different social platforms. And then finally, when you're all done, you can go ahead and hit the schedule button. And you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and delete these posts so they don't actually go out. And that is how you create and schedule a post in HubSpot. I'm going to go back to this section here. I'm going to create a draft post. Let's say that you don't want to schedule it right away. Someone needs to approve it before you send it out. You can click the Save Draft button, and that way it goes into your drafts and someone has to approve and schedule it before it goes out. All right, so that is everything we have for you about the social platform tools in HubSpot. I hope this was helpful and you learned something new. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on our next tech tip.